Hey everyone, alright, so mostly focusing on vlogs today, okay? So I know a lot of people love my singing and a lot of people like my performances, which I have 9,400 videos in the past that you can check out. So you can see them all, they're all there, you'll like those. But I wanted to take a bit of a break on singing and dancing and just doing vlogs as Marco. Now Melina's gonna dance, alright, Melina's gonna dance, but as Marco I wanted to take a bit of a break. So just for today. Tomorrow I'll probably sing. And I'll do the requests tomorrow, okay? And you can add more if you want. Please keep them coming, alright? I want more requests. So I'll do the requests tomorrow, alright? But today is going to be vlog day, alright? Now, I'm going to, for Marco. So I'm going to just talk about different things that I like or that I want to advertise on my channel or different things you could see on my channel or different motivational speeches, that kind of thing. So now I did have a video just before this today that kind of said different things about people being kind of hard on people and having a hard time with being nice because they're in a tough situation. And so when I said that someone's unattractive, it might be because they're jealous, well, that's not always the case. But that's definitely not always the case. There's people that are not attractive at all, that are really, really nice. What I was trying to say is sometimes they're struggling with a lot of issues, they're dealing with a lot, and they're not nice to anyone. Maybe they're dealing with really serious addiction or whatever, and that's all very, very hard. But I'm not saying that someone, obviously there are a lot of people in the world that are doing quite well. I would say a lot more people are doing very well than people that aren't. And I mean, I'm articulate, I'm very articulate, but that may not have come across sounding good, but I'm not trying to make it sound bad. What I'm trying to say is there are some people that have been dealt a really bad hand in terms of their looks or in terms of something, and they're not happy, so they don't, and who can blame them? If somebody has a bald spot and they're a woman, they may not be happy about me being very good looking, so they might not like my channel. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's going to be easier for someone that's very appealing to like someone that's very appealing to channel. But all kinds of people like my channel, and I love all kinds of people. So don't. I'm not saying it right. It makes this. I'm kind of sounding like not. This is not sounding very good. But what I'm trying to say is that there are people that have very little, and they're jealous of people that have more. But I'm not saying that you can define who that person is. I mean, there's some people with very little that are very, very happy and very outgoing and really courageous and really successful in their way. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that are just, they might feel inadequate, so they can't help but be jealous in some sense. But okay, so for the most part though, the general population is very, very kind and very understanding. And regardless of what you look like or who you are, you should feel important. You should feel good. You shouldn't feel jealous because you are an important person. You have lots to offer. Okay, so I think what I was trying to say before doesn't sound like it comes across right, and that has more to do with me being articulate in that sense than me being rude. I'm not trying to be rude at all. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to say that some people might not. Some people have no social skills, or some people are drinking all the time. That's the kind of person I'm not someone that's unattractive. There's people that are unattractive that are very, 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 very kind and very successful. I'm not trying to say that in general, but I think you understand that I mean well. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be rude at all, as you probably noticed. I'm trying to but trying to say more things to make sure you know. Yes, I'm not judging. I would never judge anyone for their looks. I would never judge anyone for, it's sometimes it's obvious. You might see someone, you might be like, they don't look very good, but I'm a very kind person though. There's a lot of celebrities that are very arrogant, very rude. I'm not like that. I'm very nice. If I'm very busy, then I won't be able to talk. But for the most part, I'm super nice. I don't judge. I volunteered in a hospital for 20 years before I started doing this. So I've fed patients in wheelchairs. I've done a lot of stuff. So for me, I'm not superficial at all. And for me, I like to see people be successful and be go-getters and do really well. So regardless of who the person is, I think everyone has potential. You know, there's some people with disabilities that have done very, very well for themselves. They've got careers, they're doing quite well, and it's very difficult to deal with having a disability. Or some people that have had the most traumatic situation where they were homeless before and now they have a nice home, you know. Those kinds of things are inspiring to me, and very, you can never be sure where someone's gonna get to, right? You can never be too sure of how successful someone can become. It's not someone that's set in stone. You're not gonna know. Somebody could look like the worst person ever. They could look like they have nothing. They could look like they will never succeed, but you don't know, right? You don't know. Somebody else might look very, very successful. They might be like the most attractive person ever. They might have a lot, you might think, but they have nothing. So, oh, well, not have nothing, but they end up having nothing. Like, so you never know where someone's gonna end up. You never know how successful someone's gonna be. You never know if somebody's doing badly. You never know that they might rise to the top at some point. You know, there's some people that have dealt with very serious issues and they've come out on top. So you can never know for sure, okay? So don't be judgmental, don't be rude to someone because they have an obvious situation that you might be like, they'll never make it. Well, you never know, right? You don't know. Somebody with a cane might be able to walk one day. Somebody with a mental illness that's completely homeless for years might be successful, like Ted Williams was. So you never ever know, right? So you can't, I mean, a lot of people are uneducated, and based on the way celebrities act, they might think it's okay, and most celebrities are nice, I would say, but they might think it's okay to be rude to someone for a certain quality or for whatever, but it really isn't, you know? It's something that you, like, you don't have to go out of your way to be friendly to someone if that's not the type of person you want to hang out with, or that's not your friend, but to be rude on purpose to someone, just because you think they're less than, that's not cool. And it's not that it's not cool, it's just, it's a waste of your time, it's a waste of their time. You're really not doing yourself justice, because you never know, maybe they'll be successful and you won't, right? So, it has more to say with education. I'm very well educated, I have 2 degrees, so for me, I've always been kind of nice, well, not kind of nice, I've always been really nice, and I've always been really friendly because I've had the education to know better, right? But, and not necessarily, I'm not saying that having no education means you're not going to be nice or you're not going to be successful, because that's not always true either. So my whole point is, you never know where someone's going to end up. They might be the biggest star ever. They might be someone that has businesses or owns a lot of property. You never know. Somebody could be the most unattractive person ever and have a YouTube channel where they focus on that even, and it goes viral, and they're millionaires, they're rich beyond measure. You don't know, right? You have no idea. So you can't accuse someone of being a nobody. You can't accuse somebody of having nothing when you don't know, right? Now, for the most part, that kind of speech is not to say you should feel bad or you should feel like, you know, that people might get ahead, or, you know, I'm not trying to make it a negative thing. I want it to be positive for you. If you are someone that judges very quickly, or you think someone is very, you know, you're quick to say that person won't succeed, or you target races or whatever you want to do, then that's just for you to sort of think, well, if that person's going to be very successful, or that person has potential to be successful, then why would I make fun of them? What's the point? That's the whole point of my speech here, is to make you think, oh, okay, well, then maybe I should focus on my own goals. Maybe I should do something for myself so that I'm not in a situation where I feel like I'm, you know, being rude when the person is a star, or when the person becomes successful. Then when they're on top and you're not, you don't want to be feeling, you know, that you did something wrong. Now, of course, when you are, now a lot of people don't, I mean, this is not something to think about. I mean, if you have a full life and you have a lot of friends and you have things going on, you're not going to be too concerned with all this. But if you are someone that is hung up on being rude to people because you think they're going to be nobodies or whatever. You don't know, right? You never know. Anyway, that's my motivational speech for that video. Enjoy. Thank you.